Hello and welcome to Star Citizen. My name is Evenlease, and today on 10 Minutes or Less, the xi'an medium fighter, the Aopoa San'tok.YΑI. We're going to take a look at this thing and just check out all the bells and whistles on the exterior as well as the interior of this ship. Let's get into it. Starting with the exterior of the San'tok.YAI, there is just quite a bit of different elements to it. A lot of advantages and a lot of disadvantages to this design ship. For a medium fire, it has excellent firepower on the front here, and even though I'm looking at the side, but on the front here, it does have 4 size 3 gimbaled laser repeaters, and these ones were made specifically for this ship, the Yang 2 laser repeaters, and they are quite powerful. They have a smaller capacitor, but they do hit hard. And then as well, you also have 8 size 2 missiles, the Tempest 2 missiles, which come out of the wings here. You can actually see them when your wings are folded, pointing right at the ground, and as well over there. So, pretty interesting. The typical xi'an design of having omnidirectional thrusters, which can go pretty much any direction, allows this ship one of the greatest advantages of being able to turn on a dime, go any direction you really want to go, and pretty much crush your inner rib cage while doing it. So it's a fantastic maneuverable ship. The disadvantage of this ship is that when it is at its fully deployed state, it has one of the biggest frontal-facing cross sections in a medium fighter, which can be quite devastating, as you have your forward face is facing the enemy, and that is pretty much the entirety of your ship. So that could also be a disadvantage, and that's one thing you got to be careful about. As of right now, you can see I am propped up on a rock because the forward landing gear are currently bugged to the point of where they have no collision. There are some workarounds to that, I believe, but I didn't really feel the need to do that. I just came over here and landed and put it on a rock. So yeah, otherwise I'm going to move to the back. We'll start with what's at the back of this ship. And from here, let's open up this first one. Components. Coming out in their xi'an style with hover technology on the bottom of the shield generator there. And then that's pretty much that. So that's interesting that you could lose the tail of this, and losing the tail of this could quite literally disable you. So be wary of that. You do have some markings here that I do not know the translation of, but I'm sure somebody's out there already translating. Moving forward, you have another button, and this one is just your fuel port. So interesting, back of the ship. Good if you need to fuel on the ground, but nothing great if you need to fuel in the air, right? Hopefully it has a forward-facing one, but you never know. Alien designs, probably not. On the side here, which is currently glitched, I opened this storage container, which is where you'd have your personal inventory, and it won't close, so I cannot gain access to it again. But if you were to, excuse me while I jump, click that button there, this does open more components as well as weapon racks here. Beautifully designed, I must say. They look awesome. xi'an technology more and more looks like the Covenant from Halo, and I'm not opposed to it. I think it looks fantastic. But again, in a medium fighter ship, you got a lot of space up here behind the pilot seat that I feel like could have held and housed some of these components, but then again, you'd be like, well, how would you get to them? That's why we have tractor beams. Hi. So it's just too bad that a lot of the component areas are going to be where you're getting hit a lot. I'm going to go ahead and try to close this really quick. Whee! Perfect. Well, that's pretty much the exterior. As you can see, like I was saying before, these are the guns that were made exactly for this ship. Beautiful looking guns. And they do hit. They hit really hard. Getting into the cockpit here, it is beautiful, by the way. Very beautiful. I mean, you got the best view, right, out of so many ships. Amazing view. Amazing. And then, of course, you have your alien design. You know, you have the joysticks here. which are spheres of some sort. Alien tech, you never know. You have your power on switch right in the middle, and then of course you have a bunch of alien like tablets that you can move in certain directions that would enable these functions. These have actually been translated already online. I don't know if I can find the translations, but yeah, pretty neat. I like it. It's very alien, that's for sure. Turning on the systems, you do have 2 MFDs, one left, one right, and then you got your main screen here. You can see the weapons on the right charging. 42 shots on your normal, pyramid diagram of, energy, wherever you have your blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying here. You go to power and you have your triangle. Your triangle of power. If you have it in the normal 33 all around, that is the amount of capacitor you do have. Obviously, there are people out there that are really good at changing that around in combat. More power to you. This thing has the most interesting sounding engines. Personally, not a fan. Especially when it's sitting idle, which I will show you right now. Oof. That thing just takes off. It's like I'm sitting in a space diesel. And at this point, I'm going to deploy the landing gear, or undeploy the landing gear. Not deploying them. And I'm going to transform the look of the ship here, which is a really cool look, by the way. I mean, that's you see that coming right at you, like, and you're on the ground. That would be scary to see. But otherwise, huge frontal facing on that. Huge. But like I said, you have the maneuverability. So, I mean, not only is it fast as all hell, you can move in all sorts of directions compared to other ships and, put up a fight. If you were to ask me on a medium fighter scale, what would I rate this thing? And I'm not personally a big fighter person. I don't use fighters too often except for PvE. I do PvP once in a while, but not really something I go out looking to do. I will do bounty hunts and stuff like that and against players, but it's not like my everyday thing. I'm more of a cargo and professions fan in regards to salvage and all that. But this ship would be probably amazing against the PvE style targets, and PvP, maybe. Yeah, if you are a good pilot, you can definitely take advantage of its maneuverability. If I were to put a score on this ship, honestly, giving the design of it, the design is definitely a 9 out of 10. I say the design's a 9 out of 10 just because of that forward frontal face. I wish the wings here were a little bit more folded, like closer to the ship and then kind of sleeked back, if you know what I'm saying here. Just a little bit more sleeked back instead of standing straight up and down. That would be really cool. So it's right there. It's close to a 10 out of 10. It looks fantastic, but it's kind of got that disadvantage. Weapon-wise, it's a 10 out of 10. Got great weapons. The missile size is a little small, but that's all right. Overall, there's no livability in this thing, so obviously no score there. It's not meant for that. It's got a smaller fuel tank, quantum drive tank. So, yeah, I mean, overall, this ship is, I'd give it probably an 8 out of 10 personally, overall. And the alien design just doesn't get you all the way. Sorry, it doesn't, but yeah. 8 out of 10 from me. Let me know what you think of the ship in the comments below. What are you going to be using it for? Obviously, it's really only good for a few things, given the fact there's no livability and you're not going to be hauling anything. Let me know what you think of this ship. Let me know if you bought it. And thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.